An opportunity comes along, something you wanted, something you wished for, something you find worthwhile. You say to yourself, this is it. This is the opportunity. It's time to meet this challenge eye to eye. It's time to step up, to rise to the occasion. And then you go to sleep and do nothing. Let's make sense of it. Most people assume that they fear failure, but failure is familiar. You have survived it before and you know how it feels. On the other hand, a potential success, real, meaningful success, comes with uncertainty. It changes things. It shifts the dynamics of your life. It demands attention, discipline, time, and effort. Success puts you in motion. It puts you on display. Your nervous system doesn't like unpredictable things. It only cares if it's predictable, familiar, and safe. When you start to gather a momentum for yourself, people notice, expectations grow, the stakes rise, and you have something to lose. So the brain, which is always trying to help you, whispers, do we really want this? Let's not go there. Self-sabotage doesn't start in your thoughts. It starts in your feelings. Through experience and learned life lessons, some part of us knows that standing out from the crowd has a potential to bring punishment. Or some of us believe that good things are always followed by bad things in life. Or simply, some of us believe that wanting too much is always dangerous. Then moving forward doesn't feel like progress. It feels like exposure. And exposure usually feels like risk. So even if your conscious mind is saying that I want this for myself, some part of you, through feelings, is trying to restrict you. It finds subtle ways to slow you down and to keep things small, to make sure you don't go too far and too much into the risk. And it's not trying to, of course, to ruin your life. It's trying to protect you from the potential risks, from the danger that is approaching. The thing is, when you cut your own momentum, our feelings don't resemble fear. Instead, we get busy. In fact, too busy. We feel like we don't have the necessary time for the task at hand, and we slowly let the momentum go. It seems like a timing issue, like logistics, like life is getting in the way. It feels like you don't have the usual control that you have over the situation. It feels like life is dragging you to another corner. Self-sabotage often wears a disguise of reason. You don't say to yourself, if I gain momentum, it will be very unpredictable. You say, I need more time. I'm just waiting for the right moment. I'm not quite ready yet. These sound reasonable and even responsible. They're often safer words for an older feeling. If I try and fail, I will prove that I wasn't good enough all this time. So instead, you don't try all the way. You undercut your own effort. You lower the stakes. And if you fail, you will have the option to say to yourself and the others that you weren't really trying. It protects your pride, your self-identity, and your image among the others. But it also costs you everything else. You can't fix this by increasing the pressure on yourself. You don't need more discipline for this. You need a new relationship with your own feelings that starts by recognizing when the self-sabotage kicks in. Noticing the moment your system pulls back. And instead of shaming yourself, try to get curious about yourself. Try to approach yourself like you're approaching someone else with kindness and mostly curiosity. What am I protecting myself from? What does this moment remind me of? Is this really danger or unfamiliar territory? By asking yourself these questions, you will gently and slowly move forward. Not to prove anything, but to teach your system through new experiences that this time you are not walking into any substantial danger. You are walking into something you are allowed to have. If listening to your feelings is a skill, knowing when not to listen to your feelings is another skill. And I can argue that the latter one is harder to master. But once you are familiar with it, your life quality will increase drastically. As we have established, ask yourself questions. Be curious about yourself with kindness. Also give yourself permission to want this. So many of us learned, especially in our childhood, that wanting too much makes you greedy. Wanting things can be dangerous. But desire isn't the problem here. The shame around the desire is the problem. Try to say it plainly. I want this. I want this for myself. Then let that be okay. Also, create micro experiences around success. If your system equates success or gaining momentum with risk and danger, gently prove it wrong. Do one simple visible thing and try to notice what doesn't go wrong. You don't need a big breakthrough. You need small proofs that gaining momentum doesn't always come with big unpredictabilities and big risks. Also, try to redefine what success means to you, not to others. Sometimes self-sabotage kicks in because you're chasing someone else's version of success. When your inner values don't match your external reward, your system revolts. What outcome would actually feel nourishing, not just impressive? Also, redefine what progress means. Emotional safety, not performance. The goal isn't to achieve what you want to achieve without any fear. It's to make space for the fear because it is there, always, and move anyway. Progress isn't how fast you go, it's how gentle you treat yourself as you keep going. Self-sabotage doesn't mean you're not committed to your goals. It means a part of you still believes that success can be dangerous. And the way out of it is not by fighting it or increasing the pressure on yourself, but to guide yourself intentionally until your own momentum and success start feeling like home. This is Existential Help Desk.